Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from prettypapercards.com. It's good to have you here today. Today I'm going to make a card using the Sailing Home stamp set. It's a beautiful stamp set with a lighthouse, anchor, sailboats, and some great sentiments. And I really like this one, Let Hope Be Your Anchor Through the Storms of Life. There's a Bible verse that says something similar to that. Let hope be your anchor. And so I think it would be a nice card to send to one of my friends. So this is the way it turned out, and I'll show you how I made it. It's really quick and easy. So we're going to start with our normal card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to press a little bit more with my bone folder to be sure it's really folded and creased correctly. And I'm going to start by using a piece of, this is the 2019-2021 Designer Series paper. It comes in 6 by 6 pieces and all the new in colors, and I really love them all, but I like, especially since pink is my favorite color, I really like this Rococo Rose. And so I wanted to use this today. Now, it's obvious that this card could be for a guy, a masculine card, and we know we could use blues and dark blues and browns and things like that. But I thought I would change it up and just use it, you know, show how to do something for a gal, for a girl. And I really like the one design here, which has script going all across it. So that's the first thing, is to cut a piece of that paper at 4 inches by 5 1/4 and adhere it with multi-purpose glue to your card base. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start stamping. And because I'm using an in color in Rococo Rose, I thought I would also use an in color, and this is Seaside Spray. It's a gorgeous blue, really, really soft blue with a little gray in it. And if you haven't used it or gotten it, you really should, because it's very beautiful. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment in here on this strip of kind of scrap paper. And then I'm also going to stamp my anchor. Make sure I've got ink all over. These are beautifully designed stamps, and they have some, you can see here, they have some different shading in them. And so let's put our anchor right here. Okay, there we go. And I think that looks really fabulous. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to punch out with this punch, and I'll put the name, I'm forgetting it offhand, but I'll put it down under the video. I'm trying to just think of it in my mind, but I'm not thinking of it clearly right this second. So I'll put it down under the video. I use it a lot. I really like that. And I did not purchase the dies for this stamp set. I could have, but I didn't. I just didn't think I would use them all that much. And it's not really that hard to fussy cut. I really like fussy cutting. I don't know about you, but it's kind of a peaceful thing to do. So this is going to be a quick fussy cutting job. It might not be quite as precise as some others I might do. And in the meantime, I'm just going, while I cut, I'm going to pull out our new 2019 holiday catalog. Oh my goodness. This catalog, I am in love with it, and all the things inside of it. And during these past few days over on my blog, I've been showing a couple of things that I've made with some of the stamps in the new catalog. The catalog goes live to customers on September 4th, 2019. And so this is a good time to get a catalog and be looking and browsing around so you can see exactly what you'd like to get on the 4th. So I'd like to tell you that if you want a catalog, just let me know. Send me an email at peggy@prettypapercards.com, or you can message me through my blog at prettypapercards.com. and I would be happy to send a catalog to you. Now you do have to be in the US. I can't send internationally, and there are Stampin' Up! Demonstrators internationally who can help you. So send me an email if you would like one of these catalogs, and I'll get it out to you right away. So I'm almost finished here cutting out my anchor. And if you don't like to fussy cut, I would suggest getting the dies that go with this great set. And you know what? If you're a person who sales or knows someone who does, that is going to be what would make you really want to get this stamp set. Alrighty, now I've got my things cut out, and we're going to use a lot of Stampin' Dimensionals here, and we're also going to use a piece of vellum cut out with the Starburst punch. So I'm just going to punch this. I really like using vellum. It just adds a little something to your card. So I'm going to put on my my sentiment first, and I'm going to use the regular Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm only going to use 2, and that'll get us started on our card. And we're going to put it not way at the top, but about midway, and it's easy to line up because you're lining it up with the writing there, so that's easy. Now for our anchor, we also need a piece of Whisper White punched out, and the reason for this is that it makes the anchor show. Where did the anchor go now? Oh, goodness sakes. I lost my anchor. Come back. Oh, dear. Where did the anchor go? This is not good at all. Oh, here he is. Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay. Now you know what happens at my house when I'm crafting. So anyway, the anchor on the vellum, and pardon the cutting job, it's much better on my original card. It doesn't show up, I don't think, as well with just the vellum, so I wanted to put a little bit of white behind it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to adhere my anchor to the vellum with mini dimensionals. And these work great for small spaces, and they work really well for this anchor, because I can just put, really you just need 2. And so I'm just going to pop this onto the vellum. And I'll tell you why I'm doing that is so that I know where to put my glue to glue the vellum to the cardstock, right? Because we don't want our glue to show, and many times it does show through vellum. So I'm going to just put my glue right behind the anchor, and I knew where the anchor was because I've already adhered it to the vellum. So here we go. We're just going to put that a little bit to the side, just a little slanted, and there we have our circle with the anchor. Now the next thing we're going to do is put some ribbon on, and I'm using today the Whisper White Flax ribbon. And this ribbon is really fun. So it's actually much thicker than this, but it's fun to cut. So once you cut one little section off, one little thread there, then they all start to pull off, and you can pull off the individual threads, which is what I've done here. And I should have 3 individual threads here, and I'm going to put them together and adhere them behind the circle with the anchor on it, okay? And the way I do that, let's confirm that it's glued down, okay, is I start by adhering the threads to the back of the Whisper White piece with Stampin' Dimensionals, my large ones. And that's the way I do it. So I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional over my threads right there, and then I'm just going to start, and as you saw in the beginning, the threads kind of go all over, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to trim off those edges, and now we're just going to go kind of back and forth and stick the threads out a little bit and put another dimensional on. So I'm going to put one up here, and then we're going to go back again like this. And I think that's all we're going to need. Put one more dimensional right there. And so the dimensionals are on, which are what you need to adhere this to the card, but also they're holding the white thread. And what I did, I think it kind of looked like a fishing net or some fishing rope that would tie to an anchor, although we're in a pink and white theme, so some sailor would just really be laughing at us, I know. But all I do is I'm pulling the threads out a little bit, and now I'm ready to adhere this to my card. We can adjust, press that down a bit more. We can adjust the threads more after we adhere this circle to our card. So I want to get it probably right about there. And you're thinking, oh goodness, the threads are hanging down. But no, we just pull them off to the side. You can really adjust them just any way you want. It's very forgiving, very movable, and we can make it look like just some threads going on, some rope maybe happening with the anchor there. And again, I know if a sailing person heard this, they would be just totally making fun of me, but it's my video, so I'm going to do this, okay? So there we go, and that's it. That's your card. Now, some people like to stamp the inside of the card, which we certainly can. This is a very cute anchor, so let's just do that. We'll get our anchor stamp. This gives just a little taste of the theme of the card on the inside. There we go. It really is. Isn't that a beautiful stamp? It has a lot of dimension within it. Stampin' Up! Is getting so fabulous with their stamps. So that's your card using Sailing Home, the Sailing Home stamp set. It didn't take us long to make it all. Did it like 5-6 minutes. And I'm thinking I might make several of these to send to people who need hope. Let hope be your anchor throughout the storms of life. I think it's just a really nice sentiment. Email me at peggy@prettypapercards.com if you'd like a holiday catalog sent to you. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it when you do. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.